Welcome back to the CNN podcast. Today we are going to react to Bill Burr, Feminism and Women's Sports
Skits.
Live at Red Rocks 2022. And this is our first time ever reacted to Bill Burr on this channel, guys.
That's right.
I've never actually reacted to or actually watched a Bill Burr
I have.
sketch.
I enjoy him a lot.
Yeah, I know you have. And last time we reacted to a comedian, it was to
Stavros Halkias.
Yes, and then of course we have reacted to Joel Coy before. That's that dude. That's the homie. That is one of my favorites. So guys, I cannot wait to check out Bill Burr for the very first time on the CNN podcast. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join La Familia on the road to 20K. But let's get into this. Let's go.
Anyway. So, we're living in a fucking weird time. Obviously, beyond all the bullshit that's going on now, like, every time I think feminism has kind of, like, died off, you know, like a band you can't stand, and they haven't put out an album in a few years, you're like, oh, good, did they quit? Did they break up?
That's just audio?
Yeah, it's just audio.
Okay, I was like, hold up, is it like a still over here?
No. It's just his audio. I mean, Bill Burr is mostly audio. He doesn't really do too much like acting out stuff.
Okay,
He's more just
so
like
that's a little bit
too.
different right there. I'm usually seeing the visual of like the comedian talking and stuff like that.
And
then I'm like, hold up, I am like spacing out here, or am I like tripping? Am I on some acid? I don't know.
No, definitely not.
But let's get back into this. Let's go.
Has kind of like died off, you know, like a band you can't stand, and they haven't put out an album in a few years, you're like, oh good, did they quit? Did they break up? And all of a sudden they come out with some more shit, you're like, ah, fuck, what is it now? I'm just fucking with you. Feminism doesn't bug me, you know. It doesn't bother me. I'm not afraid of it or anything like that. You know, for the simple fact that I know it's gonna fail, you know? And I take comfort in that. I do. I'm not rooting for it because I know it doesn't like me.
It doesn't like me.
Yeah. Do you know why I think it's not going to survive? Why it's not going to be successful anyways? Because they still need men's help to make it happen. I don't understand it. I don't understand why women just can't work with each other and make this shit happen. They keep coming to us like, you more men need to care about this issue. Where are the men to stand up and say something? Like, why do I have to fucking say something? This is your fucking problem. Why are you always dragging us into this shit? I saw a woman a couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand, how come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes?
That's a good question.
Right? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was.
But it wasn't that good of a question, guys. I mean, it was a good question maybe to that person, but it wasn't really a good question because, like, if you think about it, I mean, we had a recent WNBA team that won Chicago Sky.
Yeah, that's right.
We're from Chicago, and yeah, it was cool that they won. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, shout out to Candace Parker and the Chicago Sky. But if it was the Chicago Bulls, we'll be throwing a parade like crazy and probably a few cars on fire.
Yeah.
You know, in Chicago.
Down.
But like, it's very true. You know, more people care about man's sports than women's sports, you know? It just, unfortunately, that's how it is.
At the end of the day, entertainment is what sells the seats.
Yeah, definitely, man. And so, you know, you didn't get an answer to Bill Burr, you know, what he's going to say.
Right? And all of these men had to sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, oh, I don't know. Why is that? That is a conundrum. I have no idea.
Yeah, entertainment industry. That's what they gotta
Literally,
do.
I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets. Nobody is going to women's soccer games. You're playing in a 20,000 seat arena. 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night. The promoter lost his fucking ass on that gig.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no professional female athletes, Serena Williams, the women in the UFC, you know, but nobody's watching your fucking sport. And then you're gonna come and you're gonna get mad at fucking men. They keep doing that shit. Why are you yelling at us? It's not our fucking job. It's not my fucking job to give a fuck about women's soccer, okay? I have men's sport to pay attention to. It's your bullshit, right? Dude, look at the WNBA. Dude, nobody in the WNBA got COVID. Nobody.
Shit.
They've been playing in front of 300 to 400 people a night for a quarter of a century. Not to mention, it's a male-subsidized league. We gave you a fucking league. None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists? That place should be packed with feminists. Faces painted, wearing jerseys, flashing their titties. Going fucking nuts, like the guys do. In the upper deck with their big beer titties. Am I on the Jumbotron? Am I doing it?
Hey, yo. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. He makes a very good point. He makes a very valid point. He makes a very valid point. Very valid point. If those sports are gonna succeed, then people have to go and see them.
Yeah.
And
it can't be no empty stadiums because then it's gonna be continuing on to what it is now.
It's not gonna get anywhere. It's not gonna get anywhere.
It's not gonna progress anyway.
That's right.
If no one's supporting, then how's it gonna progress, guys?
Exactly.
You gotta support your team. If you're all into like woman empowerment, man, you gotta support your teams.
None of you went to the fucking games. None of you. You failed them. Not me. Not men. Women failed the WNBA. Ladies, name your top 5 all-time WNBA players of all time. Come on.
Man, I got Candace
Name 5 WNBA teams. Name the WNBA team in your fucking city. You can't do it. You don't give a fuck about them. They play night in and night out in front of nobody. It's a fucking tragedy, right? And then meanwhile, you look at the Kardashians.
Shit.
They're making billions.
They sure
You know
are.
those Real Housewives shows? They're making money hand over fist because that's what women are watching. And the money listens. You don't want to watch this shit? You watch this shit? They just shoot it over there, drowning these whores in money, in purses, in shoes.
I got something to say about that. Like, reality TV
is garbage.
It's in every woman's household. Think about it.
I am not gonna say every woman's household. I'm not gonna say every woman's household. For example,
Okay.
my mom doesn't watch reality TV, but she does like things like.
So she doesn't watch The Bachelor or Bachelorette or nothing like that?
She used to watch. She watches things like dramas, like ER and stuff like that. She'll watch things like that.
Okay.
Or maybe I
misspoken, guys. I do apologize, but in most women's
it is
households.
okay. The bigger
It's
thing
bigger
is
than sports.
90% of the Kardashians viewing is from women and
Look at
things like
Kylie
reality
Jenner.
TV.
She
Exactly.
is she about to be a billionaire.
It's very, very true.
Her
And-
cosmetics is off the chain.
Yeah,
with
off the
with
chain.
woman, you know what I'm
She-
saying?
She's one of the youngest billionaires, something like that. Yeah.
I mean Rihanna. I mean, hey, I
Oh yeah, Rihanna.
I love Rihanna, by the way, but he's saying the actual truth, guys. I mean, you aren't wrong. He is very blunt.
Yeah, he's very, very blunt.
And he's direct.
He's the king of asshole comedy. He's just like I don't. And he's like, I just don't fucking see, he's like, I'm not gonna sit here and feel sorry for things that are an actual joke. Like, he's like, I'm making a fucking joke, so it's okay to laugh, it's okay to have fun.
It's all comedy, guys.
And again, comedy does make you think. So this isn't a bad thing.
It might be true for the most part, but at the same time, he's making like fun of the matter, in a sense. Like
comedy can be hyper truths, where, for example, it can be an overextension of the actual truth. Where, for example, it can be true, but there's also an overextension of it in some cases as well. He's not saying this is the end all be all of what's gonna do, of what it is and what these things are. Yeah, it's just he's making jokes about the situation.
Everybody has their own opinion on things.
Exactly. Exactly.
Shit, you watch this shit? They just shoot it over there, drowning these whores in money, in purses, in shoes, and Botox. It's raining. It's raining money.
Sure it is.
Yeah. So The money listens. You'd rather watch that shit. Real Housewives, bunch of women just tearing each other down. Well, maybe that's why your husband left you. Maybe that's why your husband left. That's why you can't have kids, bitch.
Oh,
That's why
shit.
your ass is as flat as your titties, bitch. Right? That's the message you sent. We would rather watch that than see a bunch of women come together as a team and try to achieve a common goal. We would rather watch them actually fucking destroy each other. Yeah. No. And then in the end, you come back, then you fucking yell at guys. And it's like, all right, so let me get this straight. I have to buy you a drink, stop the axe murderer from coming through the fucking window, and I have to watch WNBA games for you? When are you gonna pick up your end of the couch?
Lift with the knees. No, lift the legs, the thighs.
I don't have any sympathy for women when it comes to shit like that, because every study they've ever done to determine who's smarter, men or women, every study comes back and says women are smarter. Every fucking one.
That's true.
Ladies, you shouldn't be applauding that. You know I'm an asshole. You know this isn't gonna end well. Did he say I'm pretty? Oh my God! Get out of the relationship! If every study says that you're smarter, okay? The question you should be asking yourself was, we're so goddamn smart, how are we in the situation we're in? Well? You're in the situation you're in not because of guys like me, as much as you want to blame me. Ladies, you can't tell me, you never drove by a sports bar on a football Sunday and looked at the humanity in there? All those dumb guys with their big beer bellies bumping shit. Hey, it's on my fantasy team! I'm top, man! You want to get some more mozzarella sticks?
Hey, I'm not the big guy, though. I'm not the big guy.
As a woman with your bigger brain, you never looked in there and thought to yourself, I'm fucking losing to that? I'm losing to that. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you other than the fact that you guys are just into destroying each other. No, now it's gonna get quiet. I see all that sneaky shit you do. Ladies, if you could just support the WNBA the way you support a fat chick that's proud of her body and is no longer a threat to you, you know?
Damn.
That league would be doing better numbers than the NBA. Oh my God, that's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Oh my God, you're a goddess. You're gorgeous. You look great in that bikini. I would kill myself if I looked like that. Keep eating, keep eating.
Damn.
Lose a toe, you fat bitch. It's just...
Hey, if a girl doesn't pose a threat to you anymore, you're gonna keep rooting on for her, even though you know, goddamn, in your mind, girl, you fat. Girl, you fat. Don't keep eating. That's like whatever you do the total opposite of what that girl's saying. All right, I'm just saying. That's kind of messed up though. He said, if you would cheer on the WNBA the same time, the same way that you cheer on for a fat female, then hey, everything would be glorious over
Well,
here.
he said that no longer. It's the way he puts it, man. It's like, damn, dude. He breaks down.
That's
He's
what I'm
like,
saying.
yeah.
The way he said it.
And again, he's overgeneralizing lots of things, but yeah, there is truth to that. There is definitely some truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Keep eating, keep eating. Lose a toe, you fat bitch. It's just...
Lose a fucking toe.
You saw an alcoholic where you'd be like, oh my God, look at you. You're face down, passed out. Your kids are crying. You're a hero. You're a god. Keep doing what you're doing. You'd be like, dude, you need to get your fucking shit together. Get off the sauce. Get off the sauce. I will say, that's one of the most genius things I've ever seen. How regular looking women somehow mind-fucked advertising to get beautiful women off of billboards. Yeah, just regular fucking who gives a shit looking women, right? We're just being honest. Come on, we're outside. We're in the woods. We can be honest.
You said Red Rocks, we're in the woods.
Just regular, Who gives a fuck? Can't remember a name, looking women, right? Well, looking at these goddesses, and they had to fucking be there. How am I supposed to compete with that? You can't! How fucking arrogant are you? I don't see Brad Pitt when he takes his shirt off in a movie and, oh, great, how am I supposed to compete with that?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I can't. I am an ugly, bald, orange man. I need to write jokes. I gotta put a lampshade on my head. I know what my role is, okay? I should be on the ground gazing up at people better looking than me. I don't know, ladies. This is supposed to be like an inspirational talk. I don't know if it's coming through this way. I'm trying to say, if you really like...
It's going
If
sideways.
we get through all the misdirected anger of my childhood, I'm trying to say, you're smarter than we are, and there's more of you. I don't know.
I think he said, hold on, let me go back and make sure.
He said there's more of you.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
And there's more of you.
More.
Yeah, more of you.
Yeah, I thought you said
Because
more.
he's kind of like that boss name. More of yous.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to be, I don't know.
Oh, wow. That was funny,
Yeah,
man.
man. Bill Burr is something else, dude. He like I said, dude. His comedy is very, very, very.
It's that dark. It's like you said.
Very dark humor.
Dark
He's
humor.
the king of dark humor.
Yeah.
He's the king of dark humor.
Yeah, I mean, I got a taste of it. I think, honestly, I think maybe I saw him on a comedy special, once or twice, but I never really watched, sat down, and saw a whole segment of Bill Burr, and he's hilarious, man.
You know who he reminds me a lot of? Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
In terms of the way he constructs the jokes,
Dave Chappelle's
amazing.
That's one of my favorite comedians.
One of my
I actually
favorite
got a chance to see Dave Chappelle host the All Fest back in the I want to say 2017 or 2016. It was Common. Kanye West was the special guest.
You told me about
it was
that.
freaking amazing, man. And Dave Chappelle, he played a good part, man, and being a great host, and he's always been superior, man. I want to say one of the best since his late night shows on Comedy Central. The Chappelle Show.
The Chappelle Show, yeah, dude. Classic stuff.
So Bill Burr, man, like you said, that's a good comparison, right there.
Yeah, definitely. Bill Burr is very much like one of those OGs who makes his
too.
jokes are very honest. You know what I mean? Like they have these really crazy funny punchlines where it's like. It's at the end of it, he makes like a joke, even about himself. Like, for example, he's very honest with himself, too. Dave Chappelle's very honest with himself as well. In a lot of his jokes, he's very honest about things.
Right.
And they're not afraid to punch at themselves,
not bad,
too.
though.
Not bad at all. I like Bill Burr a lot. I think he has very highbrow jokes. Like, he has very intelligent jokes. You know what I mean? And I enjoy people who make comedy like that. Not just necessarily fart jokes or dick jokes. I think it's better when it's really intellectual and it makes you
I like the topics too, feminism and women's sports, like some things that I can actually relate to in one way or another.
Bill Burr's a huge sports guy.
I love sports. So
I mean he's a lot like you in terms of like he likes fantasy football too. Like at that point he's jabbing at himself about being like we're just big dumb idiots like going around in a bar like sports.
I'm in 3 leagues, guys. I'm sorry, I'm addicted. At this point, they should.
Me, I'm in 0. And see, the other thing is, everyone's different, too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for example, I know a lot of people get mad at him about things, but don't get mad at Bill Burr. He's just making jokes, guys. I really enjoy it. Chris really enjoyed it. If you guys enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join La Familia on the road to 20K.
Guys, also, don't forget, we have a Patreon, and you can click that description below if you want to support us. It's only $4 to join.
And join the party. Be at the club CNN, baby. You know what I'm saying?
And then for free, you can join us on CNN.podcast on IG.
That's right.
But guys, until next time,
peace.